Alright guys, welcome back to another U150 decklist profile for the 2018 summer tournament. Today we're going to be talking about Mega Manectric. Now Mega Manectric we changed a little bit, question mark, but also shifts in the meta make this deck not as good as it maybe once was. This deck is one of those ones that's like, it's only good because it's a big Mega slash GX with a good attack, but in reality there's definitely better ways to build this build, or just decks that do the same thing but better. And I can kind of explain what that means, hopefully a little bit better. But pretty much Mega Manectric, it's a lightning Pokemon that accelerates lightning energy. So then the question is, okay, what do you pair it with? You pair it with a lightning Pokemon. Okay, well, what lightning Pokemon are good attackers? Well, there really aren't so many in U150. That's the reason that Magnezone plays metal attackers now instead of lightning attackers, right? So maybe you don't play lightning attackers. Maybe you play lightning combined with something else. Well, what goes best with lightning? Generally fire, because you have this Rayquaza sort of base, the Rayquaza LA speed gain sky judgment thing, right? That's why fire and lightning have always kind of worked well together. And so that's why this deck kind of goes back to that fire and lightning. But you know what does fire and lightning as a combo better? Raikou Entei Legend. Boom, right? So this just becomes a more budget version of Raikou Entei. But you're also playing the Flare Command Pyro because you're accelerating energies from the discard pile, very similar to how Arcanine does it. And Arcanine is just mono fire type deck, which is just infinitely better, right? Because you're just using fire energies. You don't have this weird sort of, you need to turbo bolt lightning energies and fire energies and all this other stuff. Like, you don't have this weird hodgepodge of stuff. You just have this mono fire typing. So that's what this deck just is the love child of Raikou Entei Legend, Rayquaza thing that we made, plus an Arcanine sort of build, right? It becomes this weird sort of, and like a little bit of Magnezone popped into there. It's just weird, right? I guess the strategy then just boils down to using Turbo Bolt to accelerate onto Pyroar, using Pyroar's Flare Command to then bring up a support Pokemon, hit it for 110 and accelerate some more energies, and then late game trying to sweep with either Sky Judgment, Disconnect, Lightning Crash, Flying Flip, Electric Ball, even Energy Crush, Pyro Break can even attack, that sort of thing. It's just a weird sort of nuanced deck that does a lot of things other decks do, but worse, if that makes sense. And that's just kind of where we're at right now. Like, that's how the deck's built. It's built as just kind of this drop of lightning and fire Pokemon. Honestly, you could play a lot of just different weird stuff in here. Like, you could play the Benchtini, you could play the Volcanion, you could play even the Heatran, the Fire Heatran that just came out. Any sort of big basic fire or lightning attacker you could play. You could play the Zapdos, you could play Emolga, Pikachu, EX, any sort of Raikou even. Like, you could play a lot of that sort of stuff. But I think the idea behind this specific build, the encompassing whole thing, is we're trying to do all that stuff and squish it into one nice box. We took the best of the best, made it consistent, and this is where it is. So at the end of the day, like I said, Turbo Bolt and Flare Command, if you get that combo out, you're just knocking stuff out on the bench over and over again. They either have to deal with your Flare Command or they deal with the Mega Manectric itself, and 210 HP is a lot better than the what is Arcanine Break? We're going to look it up actually real fast, because I've compared it to this card now, right? So the Arcanine Break is 160 HP. I guess the 210 makes a difference, question mark. Free Retreat does make a difference for sure. So and then having that Disconnect option, right? I think Disconnect might be one of the things that makes this different better than Arcanine, because the item locking attacking is really good comparatively. So item cards, super boring. It's all the same stuff. We play Mega Turbo and Max Potion to keep that Mega Manectric alive. Outside of that, nothing overly special. Rough Seas could be your other card you could consider in here just to keep the Mega Manectric alive, but I think Max Potion Pokemon Center is just good enough for that. Yeah, Protection Cube, if you're curious, is for Pyro Break, because it does, what, 180 and then hits itself for 50, I think. I think that's the attack, so Protection Cube is for that. But yeah, if you have any other questions, please let us know. If not, have a great rest of your day.